This week on Naked in Thailand, we join a local motorcycle group and take a day ride through 3 northern provinces. We take the opportunity to speak with some of the riders to find out more about why they enjoy group rides here. We also find out what bikes they ride, their favourite provinces, and the roads they like to ride on the most. Mark and I met up with the Krusty Riders just outside of Chiang Mai for a 10 AM departure on today's ride. We'd begin today's ride heading north on the route 118 that runs between Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai. The 118 has been under heavy construction for several years now, but as you can see, they've turned it into a racetrack and it is absolutely brilliant. Such a great way to warm up the tyres and get ready for a great day ride. After suitably warming the bikes up, we take a quick break before joining the route 1252 that would lead us into Lampang province. The 1252 is an absolutely amazing road. It's fun, it's technical, and it will throw absolutely everything at you, including the weather conditions. Today I'm joined by René, who's from France, and he's part of the motorcycle community here in Chiang Mai, rides this beautiful Z900, which he can certainly throw around those corners. René, bonjour, ça va?
Bonjour.
That is all my French, I'm sorry. Okay, so René, can you tell us, what is it that you like about riding with the guys and girls here in Chiang Mai?
Okay, so basically I'm staying in Chiang Mai for 6 years already. Pretty much when I arrived, I bought this bike, which is pretty similar to what I was riding in France. I'm part of this group, Krusty Riders. Amazing, very nice group. And of course, potential is absolutely enormous.
How does riding here in Thailand in the north compare to France? Is it a lot different? Because the laws, I've worked in France before as a driver, not on bikes but in vans, and it's very strict, isn't it, with speed cameras and things like that?
Well, yeah. Well, I would say everything against France then. When you are riding in France, you pay attention to mobile cameras. They are everywhere and difficult to enjoy the twist with this.
And we have a little bit more freedom here, don't we? Especially like out in the mountains to ride. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Good. Okay. Enjoy the ride today, René. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Okay, good man.
Sorry for my English, but anyway.
Perfect. Okay. I'm joined now by Justin. He's all the way from California in the US. And just a few days ago, he bought himself this beautiful KTM Adventure 790. So Justin, can you explain to us, why in particular did you go for this bike?
Could say midlife crisis, divorce, ran out of money, hit the lottery, but we'll stick with what I wanted is a bike that would do both the pavement and I can get off-road into smaller villages.
Gotcha,
I had a pure dirt bike, a KTM 500 that did that perfectly before, but I had quadruple bypass surgery, all this stuff, so I can't do hard off-road anymore. So this is good for like logging roads and dirt roads and stuff like that.
So sort of like a really good balance, like you say, between roads and just getting off the trails a little bit.
It lets me put a foot in both sides, right? It's fun on the tarmac, fun in the dirt.
As we all know, living and riding in the north in Thailand is obviously the place to be, yeah? Can you tell me what's your favorite road up here?
All right, my first answer would be probably the 1081 out in the province of Nan. That's got lovely flowing corners, open at about 120K, and no decreasing radius, beautiful pavement. It's sex. That would probably be one of the top ones for pavement.
What piece of advice would you give to someone who was coming to Thailand for the first time, either to tour or actually to live like you and I? What would you say to them?
get most of your gear purchased back home.
Okay.
I would recommend, because the quality, the choices, and the prices are much better usually from our home countries.
Sure.
Second, probably the most important thing in staying alive is don't assume that your lane is yours.
Yeah.
Over here, they change lanes. It's just part of the culture,
Sure.
and we have to adapt to it.
Yeah.
Get used to them always cutting into your lanes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go, ladies and gents. So if you are considering coming over here to Thailand to tour, or in fact, like all of us, to live and ride, really put a lot of thought into it, both your gear, how you're going to conduct yourself on the road here. It does take a lot of experience, practice, and riding defensively carefully, and also make sure you've got that insurance for yourself and for your bike down, because I tell you what, you do not want to be splashing out on a beautiful machine like this to have an accident and then be left with an enormous repair bill, especially for bikes like KTM.
Aye.
Yeah, where parts and labour and things are very, very expensive. Justin, thank you
Cheers.
very much.
You
Go and
betcha,
enjoy your coffee.
Definitely.
Okay,
Enjoy,
thanks,
mate.
man.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. After an insightful and enjoyable coffee break, it was time to get back on the road and keep riding along the 1252. Riding motorcycles doesn't always have to be about opening that throttle up and trying to drag a knee. Sometimes you just need to take your time, enjoy the view, enjoy some good company, take a deep breath, and actually remember why we've chosen to live here in Thailand. But there is always time to just have a little bit of fun as well. So we've stopped here just outside the northern city of Lampang for lunch. We've stopped in a very sort of traditional Thai noodle place, so everyone's just getting some food down them now. Let's go and get something to eat.
We're here with Lockie. Tell us, how are you enjoying your ride today?
Today's ride's been awesome because we've had a variety of roads, some fast sections, and we've had some steep hilly terrain up in the jungle, which is beautiful at this time of year. So we had a mix of rain and a lot of twisty, windy, tight roads with washouts from recent heavy rain, sand across the road, rotten sticks and leaves. It's something that you have to keep awake for, otherwise you'll be down in about 2 seconds flat. So it's very challenging riding up in these conditions, and it actually gives you really, really good practice.
This is Josh. So Josh, what is it about Krusty's that made you want to come go riding with them?
Well, because I've known a lot of these guys for a couple of years now. We've been riding. We rode in another group, and just they're good riders. You can learn a lot from them. There's guys here that have decades of experience, like Lucky, who you was talking to. He was a motor cop in New Zealand. He was a motorcycle instructor, motorcycle mechanic. You can just by riding behind him learn amazing things. I mean, my riding has improved so much by riding with a group of guys like this, between him and Len and Matt and all these guys with all this experience. You kind of just lay back and just do what they do.
And tell us, what's your favorite province to ride in?
Oh, Chiang Mai, hands down.
Yeah? Why?
That's why I live there. Because I can walk out of my front door and I can be in challenging, twisty roads within literally 20 minutes. I can be on top of a mountain in less than an hour. It's a good central location.
Thanks very much for your time, mate. Can't wait to get back on the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We've just finished our lunch, so we're going to get ready and blast back to Chiang Mai.
After lunch, we join the Route 11 and start heading northwest, back towards Chiang Mai, briefly passing through Lamphun province. That's us back in Chiang Mai now. We've had an excellent day out, a great ride with the Krusty Riders. These guys and girls head out usually twice a week on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So if you're ever in Chiang Mai, check out their Facebook page, links in the description below, and you'll always be more than welcome.
And if you've ridden in Thailand before, Leave a comment below, let us know what your favourite roads are, and thanks for watching.